Hi and welcome to Digital General, Ultimate General Gettysburg playthrough of the Union campaign. This is game 4. Yep, it's game 4, and what happened so far is that we had a pretty successful July 1st. We were able to hold the Confederate advance and basically retreat a little bit, but generally speaking stop them at Gettysburg, so we were not driven back out of the city, which means that now we can either defend Seminary Ridge, and this is essentially play the same battle again with Confederates attacking us and we're defending, or we can try to be aggressive and now counterattack to take back the ridges and basically divide up the Confederate army, because essentially half of it is on the eastern flank of this, and if we can kind of drive through the middle, then we can force them back. So let's see what the briefing says. So we lost the northern ridge, but we're still doing okay, and yeah, we can push them back. So given that we had 2 days of, one full day, but 3 games of defending, I think I'm ready to attack, and this is going to be definitely a lot more difficult, but let's see what we can do. So we will go with launching a counterattack. Alright, we're in game, and let's take a look at the situation. So this is July 2nd, so the night was basically peaceful. Confederates didn't attack. They were quite worn out from the previous day's fighting, and July 2nd is when the majority of the Army of the Potomac is showing up, and we are now able to take advantage of our massive numerical superiority and hopefully smash through the rebel lines. So looking at the briefing, we're starting out with a slight force advantage towards the Union side, and then reinforcements show up, and then that's the where the crushing numerical superiority really shows up, because I'll end up with about 33,000 troops versus about 15, so more than 2-to-1 advantage, which is what you need to have a good attack. So victory point wise, you can see that basically there's 2, and it seems like it'll be a pretty straightforward charge. A quick look at the army details. So we'll have starting out with 1st Corps, which is fairly chewed up, and 12th Corps, which is mostly okay, took some losses but is in a really good, 11th Corps with took some losses but is in good shape, and then we'll get 2nd and 5th showing up later towards the middle of the battle to reinforce, and that's the bulk of our kind of attacking force. And against us we will be facing Hill, who is also chewed up somewhat, especially a couple of his divisions took some serious losses in the previous day's fighting. And then fresh reinforcements from Longstreet, so Hood's division is going to show up with 5,000 men and try to stop us, but hopefully numbers will prevail. Okay, taking a look around the field, so this is the same map, just shifted to the left, so Gettysburg is kind of here, and all of the fighting that we did on the eastern part of the Gettysburg is not going to be happening, and then we have the 2 victory points that I will be attacking for is the Oak Ridge North and past McPherson Ridge all the way to Hearst Tavern. So if you remember in day 1, this is where the first Confederate attack came through, and if things go according to plan, then I should be all the way here pushing them back. Now that's obviously a tall order, but I will do my best to achieve this. Now the Confederates are still actually trying to attack, so even though this is a kind of an aggressive scenario for me, I can counterattack, I have to contend with the fact that Longstreet and other Confederate units that will be coming through here will be trying to push through and seize this, and then more importantly this victory point. So I have to keep an eye on the ball as well and not let that happen. Okay, so let's set up some initial defenses and prepare for the attack. So Bucktail Brigade is a good brigade, but it's a little bit chewed up. It's not in cover, so maybe let's just back them up a little bit into cover. And let's support them with some guns. Oh, sorry, that's not that's Baxter. That's another division. So okay, yeah, let's just set up a bit of a defensive perimeter here. Do I have some artillery I can throw here? Yeah, maybe. This guy. Alright. Now, Krzyzewski is, so it's part of 11th, 1-Star Brigade. So let's just move him up. And really what I need to do now is just wait for my massive troop reinforcements to show up, the other brigades, and then I can actually launch my attack. But in the meantime, let's just kind of set up a good defensive perimeter here so that I can make sure that we hold. Okay, Iron Brigade is in a really good shape. They took a lot of losses, but they're still quite high, and so I can get them to anchor this point and hold. Standard is a weak brigade, and he's down in morale, so he will probably be running, so I do want to reinforce him. Now, Shimmerfang isn't very good either, but he's got the number, so let's just get him in there. And let's get some more artillery in here as well. Alright, there you go. That's a pretty good start. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so all the reinforcement messages, so I'll be slowly getting all the units showing up, which is perfect. Yeah, you can see that the artillery cannonade, so presumably the AI is massing some troops here, and then they'll start attacking. Now someone like Cutler, it's a shoot-up brigade. They took 50% losses. It's a 2-star, so it's pretty good, but I need them to recover before I can use them. So, okay, so we're seeing the first waves of Confederates coming. These are 2 big brigades with a lot of guys. So I need my defenses to hold. So Standard's outnumbered, but he's in a really good cover. And I do have artillery, so I'm hoping that I can rout them. And then there's a lot more guys coming up this way, so yeah, let's just... So as much as I don't want to engage with Cutler, I kind of have to. Same with Biddle. I don't have the luxury. Alright, so lots of reinforcements showing up. Let's pause for a second because I need to plan this. Alright, now that my reinforcements are showing up in force, let's see what can we do. So yeah, I can see that there's a pretty big attack coming here. These are large brigades, so this is probably Longstreet's brigade. So there's a lot of guys coming down this way, and I need to hold this point if I have any chances of counterattacking. Because if they can push through here and break through, take this victory point, it'll be hard to dislodge them. So let's get Smith up there ASAP. You hold, Iron Brigade. Turn. Yeah, let's just move up this artillery a little bit so they can at least fire. Who else can help? So you have no morale. The artillery, just get in so they can actually fire. Paul has to hold. It's 1-star brigade, but it's the best I have. Cutler is better. And Krzyzanowski's in a good shape, so let's get him up there as well. ASAP. Biddle. Push up. Alright, now all of the new guys. So, alright, we need some artillery here. Bucktail's now in good cover. Let's just hold them. Baxter is in okay cover. So let's hold him too, and we'll need some troops. So Cross is second. It's a good brigade. It's not very big, but it's very good quality. So let's get him up on the hill ASAP, and here as well. So I'm running with these brigades, which is not advised typically, but sometimes you just need to get into the battle as quickly as you can. And this is one of those moments where, because I see all of this enemy coming, it doesn't matter if I have to tire out my guys. If they don't make it there on time, then there's not going to be any kind of more of a battle. So it's one of those things where I just need them to get there, and then they can recover later. Ames can just move up and give me some sight. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, I thought I moved Arnold up. Alright, we're seeing more guys showing up. So I think I've got 2 brigades coming. I've got the 2nd, which I'm seeing here. Generals showed up now. Hancock. So 2nd is... Oops. No. Oh, jeez, I really hate that. Sorry. Pause. I hate when you do accidental double click on the general, grab all of the units, and then screw up your orders. Anyway, okay, so... Yeah, right's actually going to get into me very quickly, so I don't think I have time to move up my artillery that far. And I think I need these guys here to push this attack back. Alright, and 5th. 5th is... Yeah, so I think just, 2nd's here, 5th's here, so I'll put 2nd up here defending this side, and I'll push with the 5th here somewhere when they actually get on the field. Okay, Iron Brigade, form up and hold. Reynolds' battery already routed. That's sad but true. Okay, Schmipping, go up there, run as well. Smith, run. I need them up there. Just at all costs. Yeah, Posey's already through to Cutler, so cross. Get in there. Actually, no, cross, I need him here. Oh, good. Thank goodness I've got a couple more brigades coming in. I need them all. Alright, now that the 5th has shown up, let's push them up here. Fifth, yep, 5th. Sorry, I need the initial orders. So all of them run. That's 2nd. Okay, I think I can pull this guy back, so I need to reinforce this hill. That's where I will need the majority of this this fighting force. And again, same point as before, I need them running because there's no time not to run. Battle's being kind of decided right now, so it's do or die. Good. Wright's taking massive losses, so he will break any minute now, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's already wavering, so that's good. He's broken. That's huge. And Bucktail's not liking this, so let's just fall back with Bucktail. Meanwhile, you guys can get on the ridge. Gilsa... Yeah, Iron Brigade just got broken because it's just too much, even for them. They've been decimated. That's why I'm rushing with the rest of the 2nd, because I just absolutely need them. More 2nd Brigade. let's get my artillery to position so it can actually do something. Smith is still holding, but they will break soonish. Yeah, they're already getting pushed back. Alright, I can now stop this running maneuver and just do a regular advance. Now that my brigade is kind of, or corps is basically in position. Okay, Scales got pushed back, that's great. So Ames can now maybe get on this hill, and William Gilsa. Smith, okay, Smith actually held the hill, that's very good, because that gave time for some of these other brigades to get here, and now my second is here, which means that I can push onto the hill and hold it. Okay, south. Alright, we've got these annoying artillery pieces. Let's see if I can actually take them out. It's a bit of a really risky move because I'm right next to the screen edge, but it's super annoying that they're just sitting here. Doing this little bit of a loopy maneuver here. Here's my commander, he's still here. That's 5th and that's 5th. Okay. So you guys can push up straight and you can stop running. Alright, let me pause and just make sure I take off a run from everyone who had it, because I don't want to forget and then have them get tired. Okay, artillery moves up. Let's form this nice battery on the hill, or not the hill, it's just at the outskirts of the town. Okay, Willard has no condition, let's push him back. He's holding, it's a one-star brigade, let's just let him hold as long as he can. Krzyżanowski has no condition. Oh, still Willard. That was Krzyżanowski. Oh yeah, he's got condition. Let's push him onto the hill. Okay, you stop running. You get away from the edge. And you get away from the edge. So their first corps, so Cutler's first corps, so let's get him closer to his commander, and same with standard. Now that second corps is here to basically reinforce this flank. I can kind of let the other ones, let the first corps reunite with their command. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so there's a monster artillery battery here. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think if I set up nicely, I may be able to do this. Okay, they're in a good position to get slaughtered, just like my guys are. So this is a crazy meat grinder here. This is like one of those like death hills that will become legendary at some point. I want these artillery pieces to be gone. Okay, good. So Scales has been pushed back. I have a deep flank opening up here. That's great. Now these guys aren't in a great condition, but they're not. Well, they're not good. But that should take a lot of pressure away from this hill, which is now being... oh, Willard, you still hold. Which is now being slowly but surely overrun as the Confederate brigades are pushing up into the hill, and these thousands of guys are just advancing. Crying out loud, Wilcox should have been routed. I'm kind of pushing the same broken brigade back into the combat, but that's all the troops I have, and I don't have much choice. Okay, good. So here the artillery was taken out. I can basically now just form up my line and not worry about it too much. I just need him not to rout, which he might. Hopefully not. Alright, here one of these guys is routing, but I have... a little bit of pressure on this side on the artillery. Okay, let's just do a do or die attack. Okay, this meat grinder is still grinding. I still have a pretty strong presence there. And I can actually push my artillery up, I think, a little bit. Alright, these guys are super tired, but I kind of achieved what I wanted, which is basically taking out this artillery flank. Okay, Perrin got routed. That's good. So this flank is kind of... the left flank is slowly slowing down. Alright, now I can slowly start reinforcing. Some of these brigades can start marching back to the front. Okay, and Oak Ridge is starting to be ours. That is really nice. Now, obviously, I'm kind of out of position, but I have a large amount of guys here, so I might be able to actually pull it up. Now, all these brigades are completely wasted in terms of their condition, so I just need to get them on the hill, and hopefully they won't all flee at the same time. Meanwhile, I can start putting some flank pressure into these brigades here. Let's get this gun on the hill. Okay, we have Oak Ridge. That is fantastic news for me. Let's take a quick pause, make sure everything's good. So he's, you know, nearing breaking, but not quite broken, and I do have Bucktail as well. Yeah, let's just make sure that there's some artillery support. So right could break through, and I don't have much that can stop him. So let's just reinforce that flank, because that'll be kind of unfortunate if he did. I hear Smith needs to recover. This guy's good. This guy's no condition, but not running. And okay, so it's all going to come down to whether these 3 or 4 core punching brigades, 5 actually. Sorry, this is quite the fist that's accumulated here. Will get pushed back with now that they're kind of outflanked or not. And if they won't, then I could still be in trouble. Alright, Von Gilsa, you can get back in there, buddy. Yeah, so Hill's looking good. Yeah, so here Hargrove is starting to falter. But I do have Webb. Webb's actually looking pretty good. I think he'll be able to flank right if right starts pushing through, so that's okay. I'm not worried about that. It's all going to come down to here. So yeah, Swetzer got pushed back. Now the Texas Brigade basically turned, so let's... these guys on there and holding, and now Texas Brigade is forced to attack into my musket fire, which is good for me. And yep, up the hill into muskets, they get pushed back. So this fist is now flanked, which is what gives me a chance to basically push back and have some success. And as these big brigades are recovering, I can slowly get them back into the game. Okay, so Vincent broke that artillery battery, so he can now be my reinforcement. So he can sit here and recover, and that's good because then it's Burbank, and these guys have 0 condition, so they're really scattered. I have something that's, just turn him, that can basically sit there and help. Okay, Texas is now running back and forth, that's great. Okay, Ames, alright, let's get Ames in there. Yeah, all these guys are. Okay, Day is not recovering, so let's get him back to his general. Forgot one run. Hall second, yeah, he's recovering, so that's okay, he's my back reinforcement. Alright, let's look here, this is the key engagement. Benning's taking a lot of losses, all of these brigades are doing, getting really pummeled, and Lewis break, that's great. Because I'm basically forcing the AI to aggressively attack me, which is really helping me cause the casualties, which then will come back to help me in the last day. The battle continues. And the main thing is that I was able to take back this ridge, so I recovered some lost ground. Now I can't take this far bridge, far point. But I was able to seize the ridge and basically push the Confederates out of Gettysburg completely, so far. Okay, let's make sure my artillery can be firing. I think they lost line of sight. Okay, south is good. Okay, there's a brigade. Oops, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? There is a brigade that's coming up here, but Harish has recovered, Hall is okay, so yeah, so I think I have enough to stop them when the time comes. Alright, Cutler first. He can get back in there now. Right, so now I'm pretty comfortably pushing them off the hill. So let's just set up a nice defensive line. And make sure that the AI gets punished if they do attack. I'm a little bit tempted to scout with McKendall's and see if I can take that point, because I don't know what's there. So I feel good about the hill. I've got a lot of troops there, and so let's be a little adventurous. Do a reconnaissance attack. Weed's not recovering. Where's 5th? Oh, yeah, 5th is there, so let's get him back to his general. Alright, Scales is coming up, so let's make sure that Swelter is engaging him. And same with Fisher, actually. I think Texas is contained right now, so I can spare these two guys and take Scales out of the game. Day is... just needs to move up. Okay, yeah, Scales is gone. Perfect. I can get back to business. Vincent's now actually looking really good, so he can now come down and relieve some of these busted up brigades. And they can loop in. I think I'm going to need some reinforcements here, so we can go there. And get across in there as well. General down, make sure that his brigade is, or his corps is all under command. Looks like we're going to be running out of time soon. So Texas is advancing again, but they're kind of surrounded, so I think I'll be okay holding them. Especially now that I have Vincent, which is fresh, coming in and just firing a pretty solid salvo. So this is looking okay. I'm not seeing any Confederate presence here, so let's go with McKendall's. He's in a terrible shape, but you never know. I'll be able to get there. So Day is now recovering, so let's just stop him. And we need to go a little bit further, so let's just put him up here and get him to recover. Yeah, so Texas is kind of pinned in. I'm alone. Fled, that's great. Except there's a second attack here coming, but I don't think they've got what it takes to break through. Okay, Posey got pushed back. Excellent. We are doing well. Let's keep going, guys. Okay, you have no condition, but run anyway, because I need you to start contesting that point before the timer runs out. Yeah, I like what happened here. This pocket was very good for me. Very, very good. Alright, so you set up in the village. Instead of running, stop running, you don't need to run anymore, and just recover. Great. I am contesting that point. Scales has not had enough. That's good. So they can actually engage him. That's fine. Just turn. He's in a good enough shape that he can do this now. Weed's recovering. Great. Texas is broken and fleeing through my lines. That's... or is it broken? No, it's just wavering. Alright. Alright, so Ames can now actually push up, and then Gilsa can push up, so I can have a bit of a push here. Good, Anderson broke. Wilcox is running. I think Wilcox is running to take Harris Ridge, so I will now hold, and I have some cover, and maybe I'll hold it. Who knows? Depends on how much DI is willing to commit to it. Alright, battle's about to end. unless the AI comes with a strong attack on hers. Yeah, here I'm still okay. Oh, Haro got pushed out. So let's push him back. Let's get my second Corps Commander in here. And shift Webb over. Yeah, so Wilcox is going to try to take this. Now, this brigade is in a pretty poor shape, but so is Wilcox, so I think I'll be okay holding it. But you know what, now that the situation is under control, why don't I reinforce this side, because that's actually kind of neat. If I can take all of these victory points, that'll be quite the coup. Alright, Cutler can now go in where Shimmering, and Krzyzanowski and Smith. Smith is actually starting to look good. Let's get him back in there. It's 1,000 guys that can do something useful. And you know what, I'll take my commander here as well, because this hill is good. I don't see it being lost, so let's just double down on taking or keeping Harris. Condition is lowering. Okay, and as soon as I show up, I can stop running. Okay. Yeah, let's just engage here into the flank, and I should be okay. Yeah, let's take Dave, push him up on the hill, just make sure his scales doesn't do anything silly. Yeah, so McKendall's condition is down, but I'm going to get my general in there and hopefully give him a bit of a boost. Yeah, there you go. See, there's a immediate jump of morale. And now Vincent's firing at Wilcox, and Wilcox is breaking, and yeah, there you go. I think that's all that he could do, and I can just set up a defensive line and pen him in completely. Oh, Shimmering, that's fine. You can go home. So the first Corps still has some strength, but it's not enough to push me back. And I've been out of action for a while, so my guys are now able to basically come in there and be relatively speaking fresh. Let's get Tilton in here, because then if Mahone is, yeah, if he really commits with, if the AI really commits with a lot of troops, then it's going to be difficult. I mean, I will be pushed back, so let's make sure that doesn't happen. Just pause this for a sec, see if there's anything that I'm missing. Down, we're okay. Let's get my commander down a little bit so he can support Hall. Not much here. First Corps is still basically trying to break through, but it can't. This hill's looking good. I've got a decent amount of units, so let's just put Fisher on the hill. And Weed is now recovered. Let's put him up here as well, because I don't want these guys to get too set in their ways and basically do and push me through. And let's make sure that this artillery is positioned so that it's over the ridge and it can fire on the enemy. Okay, do I have any straggling units? He is here. Okay, where's 11th? Yeah, let's get him into command. Alright, no, I think we're good. Okay, I can stop running and just attack into flank of Mahone, and hopefully that'll be enough to push him out, because he is faltering already. You can see that he's flashing, so he doesn't have much fight left in him. First is lining up for another charge, but I think they've got too much to break through. too much of a resistance to break through. It does look like the AI is now starting to push some of his forces up to take back hers, which makes sense. But I don't think he'll be able to do that. Perfect, so let's just get Tilton in there. And they can engage Scales. Good, my artillery can now see down into the Anderson's brigade and the rest of the 1st Corps. Okay, Tilton might actually get routed by Mahone. Because he is... yeah, he will get routed, I think. Oh no. I guess the morale advantage was on my guys, that's good. Right here, we're fine. I don't need to move these guys. They can keep resting. Schmerman can keep resting. Krzyżanowski can keep resting just in case I need them. Texas Brigade got finally routed, that's excellent. Anderson is now in a position where... okay, so let's get back on the hill, because then we can defend it more effectively and defend this victory point, which is obviously critical. So let's make sure we hold. And Tilton can now turn and engage the 1st Corps in the flank. That's great, and they can just keep on chasing Scale so he doesn't cause morale damage to my guys. Good, Wilcox routed. That is good news. Alright, looks like we had a decent day. Okay, Scales is finally routed for good. That is good news for me. So Day can just stop and basically recover as soon as he's in. Let's just shift my general over. And Anderson's gone too. So yeah, the 1st Corps has now been broken and is no longer a threat. That's fantastic. And I think on the whole front, the only thing that's left is all of this artillery, which is far, and I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you know, von Gilsa gets routed, and it's a chewed-up brigade. It's fine. And my guys can just stand still and recover, 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 recover. I really, for me, it's very lucky that all he can do is do this piecemeal attacking, like 1 brigade at a time, because then I can basically push him back 1 brigade at a time, which is obviously the way I'd want to do it. If he massed all of these forces, then I think he'd be able to push me back, but I guess I'm kind of not letting him do that with the constant bombardment. Alright, let's just run the timer out. I think that's kind of all I need to do. There's nothing here that rallied. Yeah, no, we're good. We are good. Yeah, and guys like Benning don't really know what to attack, so they're moving back and forth, and then they're morale waivers, and then they start running. And then they'll take a salvo from Tilton, and it's all she wrote, so it's good news. Just get this battery up there so you can provide a bit more effective fire. Not that it really matters, but it's just nice to cause more casualties if we can, because there'll be less troops fighting me in the following day, which is obviously always a bonus. Yeah, Wilcox looks like he's breaking. And Vincent's really nicely recovered. Day starting to be in working shape, and Tilton is in a really good shape. Good. Perry broke, Perrin broke, so yeah, that's kind of it. Alright, you finally got some artillery on the flank, which is not great. So why don't I get Day into my actually defensive, into the victory point, because if McKindle's breaks and then some infantry runs over, then I will lose it, which would be a shame. So let's get some more troops in there, just some more presence. Actually, that's a 5th that's recovered, so why don't we get this guy over here as well? Yeah, there's nothing that's going to break through here. This is all said and done, so okay, let's put Schmering up and Krasnowski. So let's make sure that the 5th is all together. Good. Perrin, yeah, I mean these brigades have nothing left in them. They're really morale damaged, and so I'm not too worried about that. They won't make it into my lines. Looks like the same thing is true on this side. Okay, so Anderson recovered nicely. It looks like there's about 1,000 guys with right. So this could be quite the punching arm that'll come in. So Weed is 5th as well. Yeah, let's get Weed up here too, because if there's going to be a counterattack, then I want to be able to stop it. Now, yeah, because there's still a little bit of time left, and there is some force here. So make sure that we don't get caught flat-footed with a late game charge. And there's another brigade here. So yeah, so okay. All right, let's see what the AI decides to do. Dave McKindle should be able to hold Harris tab right now. It's not a problem. Really route the Texas Brigade. Let's try. Let's just be a little bit more aggressive. Why? Because I can. I seem to be doing really well in this scenario, so why not? Okay, almost done with the okay, so we do have a last minute push. Alright, let's make sure that these guys are holding. Why? Just because I want to cause maximum casualties onto Anderson, and I'm sure he will break as soon as he gets into range. Same with Perrin. So let's just put more muskets in his face. Alright, good. Swelter is now putting fire into Texas, which is... yeah, it's breaking. I mean, it took another large number of casualties. Vincent's good. Let's push up and relieve Day a little bit, because I don't want anyone thinking about running there. So Fisher, you get in there, and actually you run. Let's get you there fast. All right, so Posey and Anderson and Perrin. So everyone's coming down this side, but yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. I think this will not work very well for him at all. So bring it on. There we go. Minor victory. That's kind of funny because I took all of the objectives and caused significant losses, but I guess actually I lost a lot of guys too defending, so fair enough. Not quite 2-to-1 losses, but pretty heavy, pretty heavy. The Confederates did a very good job of killing my guys. However, I did seize all of the objectives, so let's take a look at... so top losses are Confederate brigades, so a whole bunch of Confederate brigades basically cease to exist as serious fighting units, but same with mine. Like Iron Brigade is gone, and Paul's Brigade is gone. So order of battle, on my side, 1st Corps is 60% down, so it's essentially wiped, and same with 11th, and 5th and 2nd took significant losses, but they're still good to go on the Confederate side. So 1st, Longstreet, right, so yeah, so Hood's division took serious losses, but there's some like Law hasn't fought yet at all. Henderson, Texas, yeah, Texas was really hurt. And 2nd, 3rd, I don't know if 3rd fought this engagement that much. But yeah, 3rd is really hurt as well. So in terms of the overall army, so they're 3rd down, and on my side I'm 5th down. So far so good. All right, let's go to the next one. And it looks like the next one is it. That is it. The AI has called it July 2nd, so a day earlier than historically. And this is essentially because the Confederates are no longer able to attack. I took back the lost land. They have none of the kind of high ground, and so they would be starting from scratch, except now they're 23,000 men down, and the whole Army of the Potomac is here on the field, ready to engage. So it's put in as a marginal victory, which is kind of funny, but I guess that's how it goes. So 20,000 to 23,000 casualties. Strategically speaking, this is a pretty solid victory for me, because the Army of Northern Virginia has been halted and suffered serious casualties, and the Army of the Potomac has not been hurt that much, so I would be expecting that Meade would continue with the counteroffensive, seeing how July 2nd ends with a very successful campaign. So I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Now, in terms of the my kind of verdict on the AI attacking wise, it you know what, I think it's better than it was before. I actually especially liked how the AI was able to attack in multiple points and kind of tried to flank me and keep me on my toes. That was quite good. And of course the micro is much better, so the can attack in 3 different places at the same time with full attention, whereas I would always have that feeling that some brigade somewhere is routing and I didn't notice that. So yeah, very enjoyable, and thanks for watching.